Can you all see my screen? Can someone of you confirm me that? Whether you can see my screen or not?
Yeah.
Yep, it's
Yes, sir.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Great, great. Thank you for that. So you would of course be interested to know who I am. Rakesh has already took the pleasure to introduce me, but in my own words, I am Neeraj, a software engineer by profession and a lifestyle engineer by passion. And the other things which Rakesh has already told you all. This says that I am an avid reader, writer, and a lifelong learner, and a mentor to some of my friends. Now let's come to this question: why should you attend this? But before that, I want you all I want you to take you all through a short meditation. How many of you are interested for this? A short guided meditation? Raise your hands, raise your virtual hands if you are up for this, and let's get going within a moment. I'll need one moment to share the screen again so that you'll hear the music. Now let me know whether it's audible to you or not.
Audible, audible.
Thank you. Great. I would ask you all in your own pace, at your own time, lower your gaze and close your eyes. In your own pace, at your own time, in your own pace, at your own time, just become aware of your natural breathing pattern. Don't force it, there is no rush. Just become aware of your natural breathing pattern in and out. Place your right palm on your stomach. As you inhale, feel your stomach expand. As you exhale, feel your stomach contract. Now straighten your backs. Come to a comfortable posture. Breathe in with your nose and breathe out with your mouth. Visualize letting out all the insecurities, all the tensions, all the anxieties, all the toxic thoughts, and all the negativity flushing out through your mouth as you exhale. Inhale with your nose and exhale with your mouth. Now repeat after me. I am not ahead. I am not behind. I am exactly where I need to be. This is my time. This is my space. I am exactly where I need to be. In your own pace, at your own time, slowly and gently, open your eyes and rub your palms in your own pace, at your own time. Now in the chat box, let me know how did it feel. I'm not expecting something like it's amazing, excellent, but genuinely and honestly, let me know how did it go. How did your short meditation go? As you let me know how did it go, I'll get into the session life edit 5 keys to design your best life. Right, we are here. Now let me know how did it go. How did the meditation go? Okay, you felt relaxed. That's really good to know. Great, great. It's awesome. Awesome to see all your energy coming in. And now it's time for planning your growth to make 2022 your best year yet. First of all, why should you attend this workshop? As we have already discussed, all of you want to make 2022 your best year yet. You have a list of resolutions and you all want to achieve those resolutions and goals. But why this workshop? To tell you that, you would ask me, why? And this is my answer. Life doesn't get better by chance, dear all. It gets better by change. And how does change come about? Change doesn't come about while you sleep or while you sit idle and, do any random things. Change comes only by choice. And often what happens with all of us is that we have too many resolutions, we have too many goals, we have a lot of things to do better or do well. And more often than not, we end up achieving nothing. This happened with me. I was there, been there, did that. I am no one different than you. I am the same you, maybe 2, 3 years ahead of you. The same you. I am the same you. I have been there, did that. And I am just here to share what went right for me. What went right for me in achieving my resolutions, what went right for me in achieving those goals. And this workshop will precisely help you do that. It will provide you with some frameworks and tools to plan your growth and then execute your plan. With that, I have already shared why I am here to share with you all. I have been there, did that. I know this struggle, that we go through. All of us are being humans. We have hopes, we have dreams. New year comes with a new dreams and new desires. In achieving them, often we fall short of something, which is what is it? What do we fall short of? We fall short of a foolproof plan. That is what we fall short of. We all know what needs to change. We all know how your best life would look like. But what we often miss is that plan. I'm here to help you make that plan and also give you few tools and techniques that have helped me in executing my plan. Now the ball is in your court. What are your whys? Why you are attending this workshop? Yeah, you might have already answered me, but just for the sake of the question, you need to answer it either to yourself, or I would appreciate if you can put it in the chat box. What are your whys for attending this workshop? With the course of the workshop, you'll understand why I'm asking you again and again to find those whys. Maybe tomorrow, sure, but surely you will understand the significance of all these questions. While you think of your own whys, I'll be sharing what's in store for you all in this 3-day workshop. You all know that this would be a 3-day workshop. Day one, which is today, will be for life edit 5 keys to design your best life. And day two, we'll be discussing the power of habits and how to break bad habits. And then on day three, I will provide you all a 4-tier framework for building good habits, and also will share the magic of routines and how it changed my life. And there is some bonus for you all in store. What's the bonus? Nothing much. It's just a fourth session where I would share with you all the habits that stop us from achieving our potential. And there would be a 30 minutes Q&A, which is, which is a bonus. If you are willing to attend, it's great. If not, it's still cool. And before we get into the session, I would like to share my gratitude to the New York Times #1 best-selling author Jay Shetty, from whom I took more or less the content of this workshop from his books, podcasts, and similar workshops he take every year. And also, I'm indebted to the knowledge of all the books I have read and the Vedic, or in other words, the Indian knowledge systems of Ayurveda, Vedanta, and astrology, which helped me develop my habits and share with you all how you all can change your habits. Now, it's time that we begin Life Edit 5 keys to design your best life. First up, what's the second most important relationship in your life? Okay, I'll make it simple for you. The second most important relationship in your life is the relationship with yourself. I want to keep this a very interactive session, people. So please interact with me. Tell me what you feel. Like, is it the second most important relationship or not? What's the second most important relationship in your life? Or maybe what's the most important relationship in your life?
Why it is not
You
the
can
first?
unmute. Yeah, tell me what's the most important relationship in your life? It may be different.
Relationship with God.
Great.
Yes.
Who's that? Where did I get the answer from?
Myself, Arpit.
Yeah, thank you, Arpit. That's a great answer. Uh, your topmost relationship would be with God. Great. Anyone
I
else?
think
Anyone else
most,
wants to share? Yeah, who's that?
yeah, this is Kayur. I think
Yeah,
most
Kayur.
important relationship is with ourselves because we spend most time with
Okay,
our thoughts. So we have to make that
great.
relationship the best.
Hmm, great. Anyone else?
What if we aren't able to figure out our most like the list of priorities, like which is the most important, which is the second most? If we aren't able to figure it out yet, is there
Okay,
any chance we can, or any method?
of course. Of course, there is a method, just that, we call it self awareness. and there are many techniques to become more self-aware, which maybe we can discuss at some other point of time. But right now, you can think of, right, you might have some relationships in your life, and you can think of what's the most important one, whatever comes to your mind. Any other answers? Great, I have actually got the answers. I believe that the second most important relationship in your life is with yourself. And now let's understand something. Right. Let me make it a little tricky for you all, not easy. There is a person A. There is a person A whom I have just come across, or I might be knowing him. What do you think would be the probability that I hate him a lot? I hate him a lot. I hate this person A. Then what do you think is the probability that I will try, or I hope that this person gets better? What do you think? If I hate this person, I don't, or either I hate this person or I don't know anything about him, what's the probability that I will contribute to his growth? What do you think? Uh, you can unmute yourself and answer it. Zero, right? Zero, right? Whereas if I know someone, he's my best friend, I have known him for all my life, and I love him a lot, and I love him a lot, then what would be the probability that I would contribute to his growth?
Nearly one.
Yeah, nearly one. Great. This is what I want you all to understand, that there are two things you need to do for yourself to grow into the better version. One thing is to know about yourself, which is self awareness. And then the second thing you all would love to do is to love yourself, which is self love. So note it down, this guys. I hope you are here with a pen and paper. Note this down, that self awareness and self love are key to your self growth. Now, are you committed? Are you committed to your self growth? If yes, if yes, then you are in the right place as we discuss 5 keys to design your best life. As Socrates said, an unexamined life is not worth living. This is this session will help you examine your life, plan your growth, and achieve the most out of your life. Right. Now I hope all of you have received the worksheet for this session, an Excel sheet which was shared all across the mail and WhatsApp groups. Is there anyone who haven't received a worksheet? Can put it in the chat box, and who all are ready with your chat worksheet can raise their virtual hands. Great. I want all of you to be ready with your worksheets. It would look something like this. Okay, let it come up. It would look something like this. I hope you all have received this. If anyone hasn't received, Rakesh, I would request you to share them the worksheet. Maybe in the chat itself, you can drop the Excel sheet. Great. 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 I see only 10 people are ready with their worksheets.
Yes, Bhaiya. Once I'll just send the worksheet in the chat.
Yeah, Rakesh, you can drop it in the chat box, and that will help everyone. Great. Okay, before we take up the worksheet, let us prepare what's needed for the worksheet. First things first, we need to find are empires. What are the empires of your life that encompass all of your life? It can be something like, um, it can be uh, your personal life, and then your physical health, and then your academics, and then your career and finances, and then it may be your spirituality, and then it can be your social contribution. So take a moment, take 2 minutes, 2 solid minutes, and figure out what are these 4 to 6 key empires of your life that encompass all of your life. This is the first step, guys. Take 2 solid minutes, figure out what are the key empires of your life. There can be 4 to 6 in number. It's not, you know, everyone has their own unique lifestyle. Everyone has their own unique life to live. So yeah, the empires change for person to person. This workshop or this worksheet doesn't believe one size fits all. So it's your life to decide what are your 6 empires. As you figure out your empires, if you have any doubts, you can ask me right away, or you can drop it in the chat box as well, as we decide our own empires in life.
Hi, this is Kayur.
Hi, Kayur. Yeah, Kayur.
Yes, I wanted to ask, you said the second most important relationship is with self, according to you.
Right,
Uh,
right.
so I was just curious, what do you think is the most important relationship we have with anyone?
Yeah, I believe that the most important relationship we would have would be with God. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Why is it so? Arpit has already answered the same thing, but I would also love to put some reasons there. If you see your life, on a long term, and you delve into the purpose of your life, that is when you will figure out that, a lot of things which we think are important aren't really that important, unless and until there is a connection. The connection boils down to be the connection with the universe, or in even finer terms, with God. So yeah, this needs a bit of understanding to appreciate really that the most important relationship is with God, not with yourself. But yeah, first or second, one of the most important relationships is with yourself.
Mhm. Yes, I get your point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Ankita, you say that if someone doesn't believe in God, then what should be the most important relationship? See, what happens with people who doesn't believe in God is that they believe they are God themselves. I mean, if you don't believe that someone is in control, then you believe that uh, I am the controller of everything. I am the enjoyer of everything, something like that. Then again, it becomes the relationship with yourself would take the topmost priority. Yeah. Anyway, let's focus on building our empires. What are the top empires which will encompass all of your life? Has someone figured it out? It's 2 minutes already. Anyone? I just want to hear at least from one person that what are their empires before I can actually share from my side, because I don't want to I don't want to meddle with your own creativity. I want to see how you design your life, how you see your life. Anyone? Okay, let's take 2 more minutes then. But it's important that you figure out your own empires in life.
A small announcement, sir. Actually, I'm not able to share the file directly here. So I am sharing the
Okay.
WhatsApp group link, or which every communication will be there. So students can join there, and I'll send the document is already there in the WhatsApp group.
Okay. Also, I would like to mention that make your empires as broad as possible. And an empire is a simple noun, it doesn't take any adjectives. Okay, let me give an example from my side so that it will help you in figuring it out better. As I've already told you, you would take health, academics, if you're a student, and you would take career, you would take relationships, the most important, and then you may take spirituality, and if you're interested, you will take social contribution, what you do for the world. So this is a template. This is not one size fits all. It need not be the same. Your empires need not be the same as this, but these would be my empires if needed. Like if it's all up to you. Like right, how you can change it is if you want more focus on your health. Like then you can make it one empire as physical health, one empire as mental health. And if you want more emphasis on relationships, you can make one empire as friends, one empire as family. Right. But figure out some 4 to 6 empires which will encompass all of your life. Yeah, Ishita, would you want to ask something? Shubham, I am asking you to figure out some 6 empires, 4 to 6 empires. So if you want to be financially independent, finances would be one of your empire. Great. Others, you should take at least 4. And I'm sure these 3 won't encompass all of your life. Great, great, great. Right. I hope by now you must be ready with your own empires. Now, let's get to the worksheet. All of you can go to the worksheet wherever they might have opened it, either in Google Sheets, preferably, or in Excel. The first sheet would look something like this, and I want all of you to go to life audit. Is everyone with me? Is everyone with me? Raise your virtual hand if you are ready with life audit on your screens. Great, great. Kayur is ready. Dhirendra is ready. Rajashri is ready. Shreya is ready. Yeah, yeah. A lot of you are ready. Great. In case you haven't gotten the worksheet or you are unable to open it somewhere, then it's simple. You already have a pen and paper. Just list down your empires, whichever empires you have figured out. Just list them down. and that will be good enough for the worksheet right now. Okay. Right. For the sake of example, I am building a life audit for myself. Right. Now, I would want all of you to give a rating to each of your empire. I hope all of you know what a rating is whenever you purchase something on Amazon, whenever you install an app, whenever you go to a movie. It's all about ratings. Let's bring it to our life as well. Give a rating to each of your empires. Let me make it a bit simpler to you. So, for health, if you have been falling ill more often in 2021, then you would probably give a 3 to your health. And if you haven't been doing exceptionally well in your academics, and you know, academics is easier to give a rating. It would be as equal to your CGPA or CPA, as we call it in IIT. And then relationships. How satisfied are you with your relationships? Do you feel loved? Do you feel connected? Do you feel that you have someone to hear you out? If so, then you would give something on 8, 9, 10. If not, if you are not happy with the relationships you have in your life, if you are not happy with the way you spend time with your family, then you would give something 5, 6, 3, 4, whatever you feel you are right now at relationships. Be honest, be genuine. No one is going to judge you. No one is even gonna see your life audit. So be honest, be genuine without any fear or hindrance. Give your own genuine ratings to each of your empires. Right? In the same way, to each and every empire that you have chosen, you can go ahead and give a rating whichever you think you are right now. Jan 2, 2022. This is today's date, and at whatever level you think you are, whatever stage you are, give that rating to each of the empires of your life. I'm just giving something for the sake of example. Let me know once you are done. Once you are done with life audit, giving a rating to each of your empires. Once you are done, let me know. Once your life audit is done, type in audit in your chat box. Audit is done. Okay. You can either chat. Yeah, you can drop in audit done something so that I'll know that you are done. Great, great, great. Great to see all of you done with your life audit. Here comes the most important, most crucial step, which is life edit. The thing about life is that we can't undo it, but we can surely edit it. All of you, whoever uses Instagram, whoever uses Facebook, would be editing your photos, filtering your photos before you post them, right? The same thing we want to bring it to life. We want to edit the way we live our life. We want to edit our empires. I just got some issue here. Just a moment. Right. No, the next step would be to imagine, to broadcast, or to forecast what you would look like, what you want to look like on Jan 1st, 2023, in each of the empires you have chosen. Let me make it a little simpler to you. It needs not be a 10 in all of your empires. And this is where you need to be more realistic. You can't become a 10 in everything in a year. So be realistic. Figure out what is what is acceptable, what is achievable to you, and accordingly give a rating here in Jan 1st, 2023. What you would want that specific empire to look like, what your health should look like. It should be 8 or 9. What should your academics look like? Again, coming to academics, not everyone wants to be a 10 in academics. You may be comfortable being a 9, possible, right? Which is rare though. But this is where you need to be completely, absolutely realistic. You can't be a 10, you can't be perfect in all the things. Maybe eventually, but I just want you to figure out the ratings for Jan 1, 2023 within 1 year, where you want yourself to be. And sometimes it can be the same. Like if you are already at a 9 in your relationships and you are fine with it, then it would be a 9. No, nothing wrong. In your career, if you want to be a 10, it's fine. In your social contribution, if you want to be a 8, it's fine. It's all good. It's all fine. It's your life. You design it. Now, once you are done, type in edit. How many of you are done with edit, life edit? Figuring out how much you want to edit your each of your empires by 2023 Jan 1st. Edit, great. You see, without doing anything from your side, you will see that the differences are already up in the difference column. You will see that the differences you want to bring about in each of the empires is already there. Now, for the next 2 steps, I want you to pick the empire with the highest difference. Like for me, it is health. It may be something else for you. If you have more than one empires with the same difference, still you can pick one of them with the highest difference. Right? How many of you are ready? Now type in ready. Or just type in R. That would do. Great. These next 2 steps are going to be really crucial. Really, really crucial. Great. Great, great, great. Keep that energy flowing. Keep that energy coming up. Now, as I have already told you, life gets better with change, not by chance. This is what we are going to figure out, how we want to change each of the empires. But right now, I want you to pick one of the empires. one of the empires with the highest difference that you have figured out in life edit. I want you to pick that and make a list of three things that you want to subtract or deduct from your life, which will make that life edit possible. Right. For me, the empire I need to pick is health. Now I need to figure out three things, deducting which or subtracting which from my life will make this change from 3 to 8 possible. Right? It would be different for all of you. It would be something you always wanted to remove, but maybe till now you couldn't remove it. But what are those three things that you need to subtract from your life to make this life edit possible? It can be something like cutting down on sugar, cutting down on cheese. If your if the empire you have chosen is health, it can be anything. It can be anything. If you want more mental peace, you may have to subtract or deduct the time you spend on your mobile phone or on social media. What are the three things that you need to subtract or deduct from your life to make the life edit possible? Figure it out, type it in your worksheet, and let me know once you are done. Just type D. Once you are done with figuring out three things that you need to subtract from your life, just type in D so that I would know that you are ready. Great. Shreya has figured out. Ankita has figured out as well. Great. Three things, just three things that you need to subtract from your life that will make this life edit possible. Exactly, Shubham. That is what we are here to do. We want to channelize our whole energy to our own main goals. That is what we want to do, for which life audit is a great tool to begin with. Others has figured his debits that he need to deduct from his life. Love Subhash and Rajeshri have figured out their debits as well. Nehal, Manisha, thank you for joining. Thank you for staying on. And thank you for figuring your own life debits. Great, great. Great to see all of you figuring out what you need to deduct from your life. Once you're done with debits, I want you all to move on to life credit. The fourth key, life credit, where in a similar fashion, I just want you to figure out three things you need to add or introduce into your life, or you need to do more often. Like, for health, I need to do cycling more often or do workouts more often. For academics or for your career, you need to do something more often, figure it out what it is. If you can't figure it out, it is still fine. Just go ahead and find out three things that you think adding to your life will make their life edit possible. Not necessary that you know you won't change this. Right now, at this moment, whatever you think are the three things that will change your life to better in that empire is what you need to list down in life credit. Once done, just type in C. What are the 3 things you want to add into your life that will make that life edit possible? It can be 3 habits, it can be 3 decisions, maybe. It can be 3 changes, or it can be anything that you think will make that life edit possible. Great. A lot of you have figured out what are the 3 changes that you need to make. Once done with the credit, just type in C. Great. Great. I see you all. I see all the C's that are coming up. That's great. Now, what do you think? This 1 hour workshop is surely not going to change your life, right? Or provide you the complete plan. After this workshop, at your own time, at your own pace, I want you to sit down again for maybe 30 minutes tonight and figure out what are the 3 life debits you need to make for each of your empires. Right? You need to get it right in all the empires, right? It is not just one empire that will help you. You need to change all your empires. So for 4, 5, 6, whatever the number of empires that you have figured out, for each empire, go ahead and find out 3 things that you need to subtract from your life that will make that life edit possible in that specific empire. This is sports workshop, not right now. Do it at your own pace, do it in your own time. No hurry, no rush. And similarly, just scroll down in the sheet and you will find out more space to find out the 3 life credits, the 3 changes you want to make in each of the empires. And I want all of you to do this after the workshop in your own pace at your own time. This will give you a clear cut idea of what needs to change, what needs to be done more often, what needs to be deducted of your life. Doing this exercise of life debit and life credit will give you a complete idea of that. Now, Saya, it's great that we have figured out how I want my life to look on 2023 Jan 1st. That is done in each of the empires. That is done. And then I am also clear that what changes need to be made, what things are need to be deducted, and what things need to be added into my life to make that life change possible, make that life edit possible. Once this is clear, then we will plan out, right? It's nothing different, guys. Designing your best life is more or less like a designing a project. First of all, you need to know what are the requirements. What are the requirements? What are the client's expectations? But here the client is yourself. What are your expectations? You need to know that. And then now that you have found out the expectations and requirements, the next thing that we will have to do is plan it out. Give it a time frame, plan it out how you are going to execute the life edits. Now, what happens with all of us is that, right, what happens with all of us is that we see that there are a lot of things to change, there are a lot of things to do, and we end up doing nothing. That is where prioritization really helps. You need to prioritize what's first and what's next. And you need to take up one thing at a time. Right now, since you have figured out what are the key empires of your life, I want you to figure out which empire you are going to take up when. today, Jan 2nd, 2022, and our expected or our desired end date is Jan 1st, 2023. We have a solid 364 days in between. Let's estimate it to 12 months. Now that you have 12 months, ideally, it's up to you that how you decide, how you divide these 12 months among your 6 empires or 4 empires or 5 empires, whatever it may be. But just for the sake of example, let me explain you with my 6 empires that I have picked and what I would like to do.
Sorry to interrupt, Bhaiya.
Yeah,
Your screen is not
who is it?
showing.
Yeah, I have unshared the screen.
Okay. No problem.
Okay, right. Now that I have 6 empires and 12 months, the math is simple. I need to give 2 months each for each of the empires, right? In the same way, if you have 4 empires, it's again simple. You need to give 3 months to each of your empires. But it is possible that the life edit you are planning in an empire is small. It doesn't need 3 months or 2 months. It may be a little lesser. And it is possible that some other empire which has a huge, huge jump from today to 2023, it may need more time. It may need more than 2 months. It's again up to you. So figure out which empire of your life are you picking up first, right? Which empire are you picking up next first, and what time are you giving it? Are you giving 2 months, 3 months, or just 1 month? What are you giving it? And figure out a plan for the 12 months that covering all the 6 empires. Right. Now, once you have figured out all the life debits and life credits, I want to know which empire are you picking up first. Type in that empire which you have selected to be picked up first in the chat box. For me, it's health. Health is the empire I want to work on first. It's clear, right? You have 4 or 6 empires, whatever it may be, and you need to pick up one thing at a time. And I want to know what's the first thing you are picking up. Great. Love Subhash is picking relationships. Shreya wants to pick up skills. Kushbu is also picking up health. Raj Kamal is picking skill development. Great. Great to see. Mushraf is also picking up health. Balaji is picking health and fitness. Great. Arpit is picking money. Yashvita is picking self-belief. Great. Manisha is picking learning new skills. As I told you, your empires must be broad. Your empires need not have any adjectives. So make it clear that your empires are sorted. Once your empires are sorted, allocate them time. Assign them which months you are going to pick them up. This is a key step to convince your own mind. A lot of hassles and battles are with our own mind. If I start with health, my mind would say that your career is in ruins. You need to pick that up first. But how can I convince my mind? I can just tell my mind that, dear mind, I'm gonna pick up career in March and April. Till then, career can wait. But first thing for me is health. This is how you can convince your mind. You need not do all these things, but it just happens involuntarily once you have it sorted. If you don't have it sorted, if you don't have a specific time allocated for your career, if you don't have a specific time allocated for your relationships, then believe me, you are not gonna be focusing on any of the empires as much as you need to. It's really, really important that you have the order in which you are picking up and the months as well, the months in which you are going to pick up. Something can be picked up in November and December, nothing wrong. Something can be picked up in March and April, and something which is of most topmost priority for you right now needs to be picked up right away in Jan and Feb, or Jan, Feb, and March. Great. Let's not drag this anymore and get ahead with the fifth key, which brings a lot of abundance into your lives. It is said that when you are grateful for what you have, you will get more things to be grateful for. How many of you believe this? Type in G, G for gratitude. Type in G if you believe that being grateful will bring more things to be grateful for. Great, great, really great. It is said that your mind is like a magnifying glass. If you focus on things that you are grateful for, it will be happier. But unfortunately, it's our tendency to focus or bring that magnifying glass onto things which are not really desirable. That is why it needs conscious efforts to bring your focus onto things which you are grateful for, which you are happy for. Great. Rajeshri has a question. Can we work on more than
Bhaiya,
one empire in the same? Yeah, yeah, Arpit.
Bhaiya, I have a doubt. How can we focus on the thing in which we are grateful? Is there any way or any trick?
Yeah, yes, Arpit. I'm just coming to that. Before that, I'll answer the question of Rajeshri, which is simple. Rajeshri, you need to pick one empire at a time. So if you think that an empire is going to just take you 2 weeks, then maybe you can bring some other empire in. But I wouldn't recommend you to do that, because each of your empires would need enough focus, enough focus to either maintain the rating that you have or to make the edit that you want to make, right? But I would strongly say that you should take it one empire at a time. Now, Arpit, coming to your point, yeah, there are millions of ways to be grateful. I mean, millions of things to be grateful, and there are many ways to focus on things you are grateful for. One topmost way to do it is to reflect on your own life, on things you are grateful for. Take out time every day, either in your morning or in night, or both the times, to figure out what things are you grateful for. I do this every day. I write down a gratitude journal in which I write down three things I am grateful for. Life has provided you a lot of things to be grateful for. You're alive. That's something really you need to celebrate. You have your PC working. That's something you need to be grateful for. If the PC is not working, probably you would not be able to attend this workshop, but your PC is working, right? And a lot of other things you need to be grateful for. So, one amazing way to do it is through gratitude journaling. But right now, I want all of you to list down three things that you are grateful for, right? Three things that you are grateful for, and you believe that these three things are gonna help you with your life edit. It may be your parents, it may be your best friend, it may be the SCS in your institute, it may be anything. Be specific, but list down three things that you are grateful for, and you believe that they are going. These three things are going to help you in making your life better. Gratitude attracts abundance. So it's important to be grateful for all the things you have in your life. Once done, type in LA. LA is not for Los Angeles, it's for Life Accredit. Pallav Agarwal has a question. So, for example, I pick health as my first empire, work on it for 2 months, but I don't think it's right to ignore it for the rest of 10 months. Right, Pallav? I'll also get back to that tomorrow when we discuss about habits. Habits are not something you do today and leave them tomorrow. Habits are things that stay with you. Now, as I asked you to make some life debits and life credits, it is not that you do those life debits and life credits only in the 2 months or 3 months that you have, chosen for something. For example, if I picked up health as my first empire and I have picked up cycling more often, or to be more specific, cycling 4 days a week as a life credit. One of the life credits for my life credit is cycling 4 days a week. It is not that I will give up cycling after February. It is not that. I will continue cycling even after February. And it is possible, you know, balance is never static, it's always dynamic. So it is possible that if you have to shift your focus to something else, then maybe I need to bring that 4 times a week down to 3 days a week, or maybe 2 days a week, possible. But what's not going to happen is that you won't fall back to where you are today. That's not going to happen. That's the magic of habits. Pallav, I hope I have answered your question. So if you're picking up something, first up, the changes you bring, the things you have deducted and the things you have added are not going to change in the next 10 months. Even if they are going to change, it would just be, uh, it will just mean that you are coming to a sustainable level. Let me make it simpler for you. In 2019, when you might be preparing for JEE, you would have been studying a lot for JEE. But right now, you don't do that. It's just because life doesn't goes that way. You can't keep studying for JEE through your life, right? But when it's needed, you did that. In the same way, if you want your health to look some way in Feb, you will do it. You will do what are the necessary life debits and life credits during Jan and Feb. Now, there is a reason why I have asked you to pick only 3 debits and 3 credits. There is a reason for that, which we'll be discussing tomorrow in the power of habits. Great, great. Any other questions can be posted in the chat box. Great. I see that at least 6 of you are done with life accredit. But as we inch closer to the end of today's session, I want you all to understand how this life edit is actually going to help you. Like, is this all in all, or is there something else you need to do? What is it? For that, I'll be sharing my screen. We are done with all the 5 keys. Great. What's the way ahead? Neeraj, you have asked us to figure out life edits, what are the changes we want to do. And accordingly, you asked us to pick 3 life credits and 3 life debits, all good. And you also have asked us to do a life accredit. Figure out 3 things you all are grateful for. Right, this is what we have done. Now, how it's gonna help you in designing your best life? I hope some of you have already understood how it will help you. By doing this exercise of life edit, you are clear of what the expectations are, expectations of yourself, what are the expectations are. Then you are also clear that what are the requirements to achieve that those expectations in the given time frame, which is 2023 Jan 1st. And further, you also have got a plan of which empire to pick up when. Jan and Feb, you are picking health. March and April, you are picking relationships, and so on and so forth. You are clear when to pick up what. Perfect. The plan is clear. Now, when you delve in deeper to understand what are you going to do in Jan and Feb. Suppose you have picked health for Jan and Feb. What am I going to do? I'm going to do life edit and life credit and life debit. I'm going to subtract the three things and add three other things. That is what I'm going to do. But how am I going to do it? What is clear, but how is unclear as of now? That is what habits will help you with. That is what habits will help you with in the how, the process. How are you going to get that edit done? That is where we'll meet you tomorrow again. I hope to see you all joining in tomorrow as we discuss the power of habits and a framework to break your bad habits. Breaking your bad habits is more or less life debit. Life debit is deducting things from your life. And that is what we are going to discuss tomorrow as we discuss breaking bad habits. Uh, Rakesh, it's time and it's up to you. If you want to take, if you want me to take a couple of questions, I'm up for that.
Yes, Bhaiya, we can take some questions because without questions, the session feels something lacking. Yeah, we can
Great.
take 2 or 3 questions.
Sure. Have you got any yourself, Rakesh, as you gone through the process of life edit?
One of the I felt like, is it like a very? I mean, is it possible to improve all the like whatever the three major aspects? I mean, I generally think that it is like we can develop one good aspect like health. Maybe I can focus on health completely this year. But is it? Uh, you got my question, Bhaiya?
Yeah, Rakesh, I have got your question. That is why I wanted you to be realistic, right? That is why I wanted you to be realistic while doing the life edit. What are your expectations for 2023 Jan 1st? If you want to get 10 in an ampere, it is possible that it would take you an year. But if you just are happy with getting a 9 in a certain ampere, it is possible that you can achieve that in 2 3 months possible. And that is where habits come in. That is where habits come in helping you achieve a lot of things in a shorter time. uh Rakesh, I
Yeah,
know I
Bhaiya.
haven't answered your question completely, but still I think that you have got the answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other questions? Anyone else? Okay. you know right, if there is nothing that you have even if there is nothing that you have got from this session, I'm sure that you are going to go back with this worksheet, life edit, how to design your best life, where you will figure out your empires, your current rating, your rating, the rating that you hope to be at by 2023 Jan 1st. And then you can figure out three things that you want to deduct in each of the empires and three things you want to add in each of the empires. And finally, you can find out three things that you are grateful for. Even if the session hasn't helped you, this worksheet will help you do that. But before I leave you all, I just want to share how I did my life audit last year. Right. What all I have been sharing with you all has actually been done by me in 2021, but it was in Feb. It was in the end of Feb that I have did my own life audit. I am not. I don't think you will be able to see it all, but I'll just tell you what it is. I have figured out 5 key areas and did the same thing. What is the now rating and what is the goal rating? I have did that, and then I have figured out which all months I am going to pick up what. Then I focused on spirituality for my March and April. There I have figured out what the empire of spirituality is going to, you know, consist of. In the same way I did for body and health, right? In body and health, I had fitness and I had diet, I had skincare, and I had sleep. These are the four things I wanted to, focus inside body and health. Then I figured out what are the changes that needs to be done in each of the aspects that I just discussed. In the same way, I have went ahead with each of the empires. But let me come to the thing that really helped me. Along with the empires for each of the months, I've also figured out what are the books I need to read. The books may be related to the same empire or it may be different, but still I have figured out the books I want to read, the podcast, the kind of podcast I want to hear, and that actually helped me. So this is just a optional thing. If you are a person who reads books, if you are a person who watches even YouTube videos or listens to uh, podcasts, you can do this along with your life edit, that for each of the empires, figure out the books you want to read, figure out the podcasts that you want to listen, and this will surely help you. Yeah, that's it from my side. As I see no more questions coming up, Rakesh, I think we would wrap today's session and see you all tomorrow.
Uh, Before wrapping up today's session, like, can you give an idea, by like, of tomorrow's session?
Sure. As I have already told you, tomorrow we are going to discuss the power of habits. How habits will actually transform your life. How each of your empires can be transformed by inculcating the right habits and breaking the unnecessary habits. And further, in the same session tomorrow, we will be discussing how to break bad habits. With that done tomorrow, day after, we will meet again to discuss a 4 tier framework to build new habits, which is life credit. How are you going to do life credits? That we'll discuss day after. And after that, after we discuss the 4 tier framework for building good habits, I'll share the magic of routines. This is more or less what it gonna be, look like for the next 2 days. To go in a bit more detail for tomorrow's session, right? Yeah, actually, I have got those questions today, which I need to answer tomorrow. One of you have asked that if I do something in Jan and Feb, is it not gonna, you know, am I not going to outfocus that empire for the rest of my year? Right? That is one question. And the other question is, I don't see myself achieving that edit within a span of 2-3 months. You know, you are thinking that you need more time. So these two things will be answered by habits. Habits will help you achieve a lot more things in a lot lesser time, and habits will help you retain the changes you make in your life. So with these things to be discussed tomorrow, we'll meet again. Rakesh, is that clear, or you want me to go a little more in detail?
No, Bhaiya, I think it's sufficient. We can end this
Great.
session. Yeah. So thank you very much, guys, for those who have joined. And tomorrow and day after tomorrow also we have the sessions. So show up your enthusiasm tomorrow and after tomorrow also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
That's it, guys. If you like this session, let us know what you have actually liked. Did you like the meditation? Did you like the worksheet? Whatever you have liked, let us know. You can either let me know or Rakesh.
Like
And the best
we will try to
the
float
best
a
way,
feed. We will try to
yeah,
float
the,
feedback from in the WhatsApp and the mail. Bhaiya.
right, sure. But the best way to let us know that you have liked this session is bringing along with you one of your friends. If you like the session today and you think tomorrow's session would be useful for someone, let them know, bring them here and help them achieving their own better self. That's it from my side. Thank you all for joining. Good night.
Thank you,
Take
Bhaiya.
care. Bye from
Thank
me.
you. Good
Bye.
evening.
Bye, sir. Good night, sir.
Bye bye. Good night.